We're live. All right. You want to call us to order?
Okay, we have a quorum. The Town of Ravenel's Planning and Zoning Commission calls this meeting to order. And we have a roll call.
All right, let's see. Mr. O'Gallagher, not here. Ms. Invinger, not here. Mr. Muckenfoos. Here. Mr. Grant.
Here.
Ms. Barron.
Here.
All right, we do have a quorum. Oh, there it is.
First, we'll stand for prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any recusals or conflicts of interest? Seeing none, we have the approval of prior meeting minutes of September 4th, 2025.
A motion to approve
Second.
as they're written.
Motion has been.
Okay, let's see. Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Muckenfoos.
Aye.
It's approved.
We have no old business, so we will move on to new business. First, the recommendation on text amendment 2025-02.
All right, we are working. I have 02. I'm trying to find it here. Basically, this text amendment is to clean up part of the municipal code that refers to the special events code and how that's read. The current, we just have to make the municipal code refer to the zoning code properly, and it changes the time limit, because special events are supposed to be sent to the council. The code currently reads that the council has 20 days to respond. Since we only have one council meeting every 30 or so days, we would have to be calling special meetings, special council meetings, and we decided to change that so that no matter when somebody submits a special event, it can be taken care of at a normal council meeting, a regularly scheduled council meeting. That's what this amendment is about. So it's really just a little technical thing. It doesn't really change anything at all about the other parts of the code.
Any commissioner comments? Very good. Can I have a motion for?
Motion to
I have a question. That's okay. I just wondered, you said change it from 20 days, which makes sense. I understand that, but how long are we changing it to?
I think we changed it to 40 days. It's not.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be extended.
No,
6 months or something like that.
No, it's just 40. I think we just
Yeah.
moved it so that no matter what, we can handle it at a regular meeting. Okay?
a motion to approve.
I second.
All right, Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
and Mr. Muckenfoos.
Aye.
Motion is passed. 6:05.
Next, we have a recommendation on text amendment 2025-03.
All right, background on this one. Hang on. I'm sorry, I'm buried in the agenda. There we go. Here we go. All right, sorry, I lost my track and the paperwork here. So the current. Okay. All right. The first amendment we voted on was about how we handle whether it gets referred properly in the codes now. Now this one is the text amendment for public assembly application applying requirements. I think I got this backwards. Special events. I think I read these backwards. I think I described 3 when we should be describing 2, because I didn't have my paperwork open. What do we do about that? I don't know.
Why don't we run it as if we're voting on the other one to see what the outcome comes?
Yeah,
from
all
the
right.
other one, and then go from
All
there.
right, so basically this amendment that I got wrong, we've had a lot of requests for large events in the town borders. Such events can create a lot of problems and other things for the town. So we updated the special events ordinance as it's written, that regulates it a lot more. Basically, a special event, a for-profit special event that's not run by the town or some other government agency can only happen on commercial property. And then there's a number of filing requirements we included in the updated event. And it includes all the insurance and the other requirements for a special event. And so it kind of controls it a lot better, because the current code is very slim on how special events. It's basically, tell us what you want to do and we'll decide whether you can do it. This one actually gives a structure to it and gives requirements for it. So this is it's an updated ordinance which should control these a lot more and also limit them in the town, because we are restricting it to commercial events or commercial property of a certain size, and then it also regulates whether they're going to sell alcohol and things during the event, and it also controls how long it can go during the day. It has to shut down at a certain time in the evening and things like that. What we're trying to do is help control these a little better, so if they happen, they're a little bit more in control, so it's not a Wild West out there, and also so it's to help the people who live near these events, if they happen. So
So an example of an event would be like what?
Well,
On commercial property.
if you wanted to have a band come in and sell tickets and sell food and alcohol for a big party, and you're selling tickets for it. Some of the ones, and I don't know if I should be picking on anybody, but the ones that I've seen that have come before us so far were on the Fraser property off of New Road.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a big piece of property, but it does back right up to a neighborhood. And they've done some events out there in the past, so I wasn't here during that time, so I'm not sure the outcome, but they seem to be growing, and we really don't want them to be growing.
But isn't that considered private and not public?
And that's part of it. It is private property, but there was no prohibition against having them on private property. Now we're limiting it to commercial properties.
Gotcha. So what if, and just devil's advocate here,
Mhm.
what if somebody wanted to have a wedding at a venue? How would that impact them having a wedding at a venue such as the Ravenel Park down the road?
This does not apply to, we want to be able to have them down the road at
Right.
Ravenel Park, okay? And that would be under a government agency, the town. So we'd be able to do that. If there's a real wedding venue that's a business,
Mhm.
this does not affect them at all, okay? And then it also doesn't affect sports events where you could have a couple hundred people, more than couple hundred people at. Doesn't affect church events, you know, if you're having a, you know, homecoming or something at a church where there's a bunch of people. So it doesn't affect those kind of events.
So I think, and again, I think the Fraser event is advertised as a church or religious event also when it happens.
It would have to be on church or religious property.
Okay.
This limits it strictly to, I think it's general business and neighborhood commercial
Okay.
properties.
So therefore, if he wanted to have a function like previously, he won't be able to do it on that property.
On that property, if he were to convert it, right now it's zoned AR. If he converted it to GB or neighborhood commercial, then he would be able to have it on that property. But the understanding is that, you know, that commercial property pays a lot more tax than agricultural residential,
Right.
and Mr. Fraser's not interested in paying more tax. In his particular, that's what I've heard. I've not spoken with him directly. But it is sort of a way to limit it to certain properties at certain times.
Any other comments?
All right.
I live across the road
Yeah.
from the neighborhood that backs up to that property. And
Yeah.
I experienced their previous parties and can be pretty disruptive. But,
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty tolerant about things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, and you never know where it's coming from, but I have smelled pot burning.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yep. So I motion to approve as written.
Okay.
Also.
All right. Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
and Mr. Muckenfoos.
Aye.
The ordinance passes.
Now you're back on track.
Now I'm back on track.
On track.
I apologize. All right, the last text amendment, well, I think you have to introduce it, Eric.
Yes, next we'll have a recommendation on text amendment 2025-04.
This is a text amendment to create a new part of the zoning ordinance to regulate food trucks and ice cream trucks. Currently, there's no regulation in the town code for those kind of operations. The ones that we do have, there was one in the food line, or next to the car wash, and there's one down the street in front of that industrial property, Yodi Dog and Coffee. She's been, well, we talked to him.
Okay.
And he disappeared. What we have been doing is just getting a 2 or 3 month long zoning permit. They have to have it renewed every so many months, and there were no real regulations on how to deal with food trucks. This basically sets up everything. It requires, you know, it regulates the signage, the lighting. They have to have garbage cans. They have to give us a site plan, get owner permission, and it also lets them get a year-long permit for whatever they're doing.
Do we know the cost of what that permit's gonna be?
I think the business license is based on their income, but I believe the license for the permit is about $50, I think. So,
So in the long run, it comes out cheaper for the food trucks
yes.
to do this?
Yes, and it also gives us more control. There's, you know, if they are not good businesses, they leave a lot of trash and stuff, we can always pull their license if we have to, you know. But it lays out what they're responsible to do and protects the town, honestly.
So I do have one food truck question also, and this doesn't really pertain to what we're looking at, but just a question.
Mhm.
The coffee shop has an outhouse on that property.
I saw that, yeah.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I didn't know if
Okay.
it was a decorative thing or a real outhouse.
I think it's a real outhouse.
Well, I think I'll look into that.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
So if someone has a food truck
Mhm.
on their personal property, how would that be affected? The town wouldn't be involved in
It's same licensing, whether
Would
it's
be the
on,
same?
yeah, it could be on, in fact, the ordinance kind of keeps all food trucks off public property. So it has to be on
that,
private property of some sort. And there's been a lot of interest in it. There's some people that want to do something up 165 right behind the gas station. And then that other taco truck showed up next to the coffee truck.
The Mexican,
Yeah, we
truck.
asked them to come down and get a permit, and then since they didn't come in, we sent Jason Moffett down there, and they pretty much packed up and left. So I don't know if they'll be back or what. I'm not 100% sure.
So if I well, my brother has a food truck,
Mhm.
and so if we want to sell like some dinners on a Friday, we would need to come and get a permit,
Is it out of a?
Business license.
huh?
A business license.
A business license,
Mhm.
we would need to come and get.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just selling the food, that's one thing, but if
That's
it's
fine.
if it's a truck, that's another thing, so.
Yeah, he has a food truck that's part, like in my yard.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what we would need to do
Yeah,
from now on.
if it's in the town limits, yes.
Yeah. it is.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
And
That's
it's all this, basically it takes all the requirements that you have to do anyway, DHEC licensing,
Cause we got all of that.
kitchen, yeah, and just
Okay.
makes it part of the code, so.
Gotcha.
It's nothing nothing much additional other than getting a business license and a zoning permit,
Okay.
so.
So that's all we would really need to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds
I'm on a roll, I motion to approve.
Simmons, looking your way.
A second. All right, let's have a vote. Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Grant,
Aye.
and Mr. Muckenfoos.
Aye.
All right, it passes.
And last in new business, we have a site plan review. Ace Hardware, 6218 Savannah Highway. TMS number 187-00-00-078.
I tell you, since we're on a roll, let's make it 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Working on
We
it.
don't wanna break the streak.
Appreciate everybody's time today. We're here to present the Empire Ace Hardware Store
Mhm.
that is gonna be located on 6218 Savannah Highway, which is across from the Bank of the Low Country, I'm sure everybody's familiar with. It's kind of in between the US Post Office and Harvest Moon, but on the opposite side of the road. And a little bit about the building itself that we'd like to present. The architecture style, it's gonna be a very low country vernacular. We'd like to incorporate board and batten on the exterior sides and the front, so that it comes across as being a really classy building that's gonna be a welcome addition to the town of Ravenel. It is about a 12,500 square foot, single-story building. It's got a front covered porch that's about 12 feet wide. It'll have a delivery bay on the side that's furthest away from the street, so you're really not gonna see that. On the side that's next to, I believe it's called Low Country Crawl Spaces.
Mhm.
Yes, on that side, we'd like to propose a covered, won't be conditioned, it'll just be covered, lumber storage area and a covered landscape area, so that during inclement weather, those materials won't get sopping wet. And then in the center here is a big area for landscape planting and supplies that people can shop and grab whatever type of foliage they'd like.
What's the square footage of the building?
The building is 12,500 square feet, conditioned. The delivery bay is about 1,000 square feet. And then, did I say that right? 11,500 feet conditioned, 1,000 square feet of delivery bay, and then all the other covered areas such as porches and whatnot are about 4,500 square feet. The setbacks of the property, in fact, this is zoned general business, so the setbacks are 25 feet all the way around. While we had our due diligence phase, we encountered, unfortunately, a lot of wetlands back there. So about 50% of the parcel are wetlands. So it's become a real challenge for us to try to get the ACE hardware product and their criteria onto paper. And I think we've been successful in doing that. And again, I believe it's going to be a really good addition for your community. The whole parcel itself is 4 acres. And Kevin, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah.
This is our civil engineer, Kevin Berry. And by the way, my name's Tim Hilkeisen. I'm with Architecture Plus. Thank you.
Tim did a great job, so I don't have to do a whole lot else. But again, good evening, Kevin Berry with EarthSource. And just to elaborate a little bit more, 4-acre parcel, a little over 2 acres is wet. So we got a good bit of wetlands on there. We are proposing to try to seek a small amount of a fill permit, which you can get under what's called a nationwide permit, and those are available. But
Is that within the scope that you have here? Or?
it is, yes, sir. So you can see kind of this hatched area.
Yeah.
That's the area that we're proposing for fill. And so, you know, the wetlands, all of the brown or kind of darker green area, that's our wetland line. And so you can see there's a number of larger trees back in the wetlands. Those are mostly gums, so nothing real substantial. But, you know, we're proposing to put our detention kind of back in that back, and there's a drainage easement that runs along the back, and there's a big ditch chain that runs along a lot of these properties that parallel 17. And so we're going to really try to manage our stormwater back here, and that's kind of what we're proposing for fill. A little bit of parking area for that as well, but really trying to manage our pond area back in the back to discharge. We do have a couple nice trees on the site. One I want to talk about in particular, it's a 4-acre site. There's an abandoned house. Y'all are probably familiar with the site. It sits kind of in the middle. There's a really nice 42-inch live oak up front. And we really want to preserve that, and we want to make that a feature for the site. There is one tree that we're proposing to remove. There's a 25-inch live oak that's shown right here, and it kind of fits in that building footprint. And I put in the packet a photograph of it. It's not a great tree at all. It's leaning. It's got like one branch to it. It doesn't have a nice shape at all, nice canopy at all. And so it really is just, it's not a good tree at all. And we've tried different scenarios, but we feel like the site would be best to take that one tree out. And then really what we're trying to do though is put a nice buffer hedge around the entire site. And you know, as Tim mentioned, on this side setback line, we do have a 25-foot setback. We are showing encroachment of the outdoor sales area, and Mr. Harrod and I talked, and we understand that we would need to go present the BZA for that area to be able to come, but we're showing a 10-foot separation over there. And we feel like it'll fit in good, and we can do a nice planted buffer down that side. And again, this is just the outdoor sales, so it's not you know, part of the building area, and it's just we've got some covered area on these end caps and then a little bit of covered area. But most of this is outdoor. As y'all probably been to stores before, they'll have outdoor greenery and you know, landscape materials and stuff out here too. Great looking building. We pushed the building up front to really get that visual presence out at the street. And then we're making sidewalk connection here, one single curb cut, and we've coordinated with the DOT already, and they've blessed off on that curb cut location. And then we're trying to just keep the parking centralized. Again, keeping that delivery area in the back and kind of screened from public view. So I think it'll work out well back here. And really trying to incorporate a lot of green space internally on the parking lot itself. I think those are the key points that we wanted to make mention. I will mention the owner, Mr. Mike Gilliard, is here as well. If y'all got any specific questions for him as well, but we're happy to answer any questions that y'all may have.
So I have a question.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
but how many cars will be able to be parked? Because you said very little parking?
Well, we show 65 parking spaces, and now I know we'll need to work with staff. They said, I think we'll need some more to cover our outdoor sales area in the
Yeah.
back, I think.
I was a little unsure what was considered store, like the lumber storage may not be store really, so, and I didn't count the loading area, of course, or the
Yeah.
storage, but it's close. It's
Yeah.
basically you have enough parking for the conditioned part of the store.
For the condition.
Yeah.
Kitchen part, yes, ma'am.
So then you said you're gonna put, like for the buffing area on the side as well as going across the front as people turn in? It'll be on both sides?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we're showing a 25-foot planting buffer along that frontage, and I think,
Nice.
yes, ma'am. And I think staff had mentioned 15-foot requirement, but we feel like all this area makes sense to put a nice landscape buffer along that front.
What will be the visibility from the road for the side of the building and for the wood storage area, I guess, lumber or plants?
So, and one thing I think we may propose is to maybe do a fence along that side as well. And I don't know that any of these perspective views, we did, and I know this is in your packet as well.
If you
Yeah.
look at sheet A 2.0 in your packet,
Yeah, that might be,
yeah, so this is what you're gonna see at the lumber.
This front door, this is side view. Yeah.
South elevation, so
Yeah.
this here is what you're gonna see from the street.
from 17.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're seeing the side view there, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and this is the, kind of the identity logo saying we're Ace, we're here. And then the front, you'll see
Gotcha.
that from here.
Does,
So this
does
whole
that fall
elevation-
into the logo on the side, does that fall under the zoning ordinance or the town,
Yeah, it's an allowed sign.
Okay.
It fits the ordinance for signs.
thank you.
And I actually want to compliment you because that side elevation looks good from the street.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
know,
it actually does,
It
yeah.
does.
You know, it kind of looks like a front elevation,
Right.
but it's not, and it works for me.
I mean, the whole idea is we're trying to clean the town up and give it a
Right.
better look, and that's
Especially
a
on
step in the right
17.
direction,
Thank you.
for sure.
It's really a nice low country style
Yeah.
building.
Mhm.
Tim did a
Yes.
good job.
So what will the official name of the building be?
Empire Ace Hardware.
Empire Ace Hardware?
Mayor Ace, yes, sir. And I will talk just signage real quick, and we'll obviously have to apply separately, but we do show like a monument sign out front as well. So he'll want to do some nice signage just to, for visibility coming down. But that building signage, I think, will look nice too.
What is your projected start and completion time right now? Who knows?
Yes, sir. Well, I'll say Mike would say
Tomorrow.
But we're really trying to get it going. So working through wetlands, obviously we'll need to try to get the BZA as soon as we can. And
Which you'll
so-
see another muck and poo set that way.
Oh, really? Okay. We'll forewarn the other one if you get. But we feel like it's gonna fit well. So pending results from tonight, I would probably try to make an application to BZA, in the next day or so, and get on that agenda, and we'll kind of keep pushing forward. I would, realistically, we would anticipate 4 to 6 months of permit timeline right now, getting through stormwater review and stuff with DES, but, but
18 months construction time?
I would say, that's
Yeah.
probably
I
realistic,
think so.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
probably. But yeah, I think Mike's ready to go. They own the property and, so they've been trying to keep this going. Tim's been working and he's way ahead of me, so I gotta catch up to where he is. But,
Gotcha.
but we'd like to push it forward hard.
So the last question I have is, you don't see any problems with trucks getting in and out through the entry that's, you rose right there now?
No, sir, and we've still gotta run some truck templates, but we feel like we got a pretty good area. What we may end up having to do is pull a little bit more paved area,
Right.
for pull-up, but really, we've got some
Yeah, the
very
idea-
wide
The
radiuses.
idea is coming in here.
Right, and my.
Backing in and then going
Right.
out.
I'm just worried about actually when they're coming off of 17, pulling in, being able to make that turn coming
Yeah,
in.
right over here without
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
decel lane or something.
Yeah.
We'll, we'll work with DOT, we may can get those radii a little
Yeah.
bit bigger, but that's a great point.
And you're right, that's a DOT thing, that's not a us thing,
Right.
so,
Yeah.
yeah. So-
We probably can widen that driveway out a little bit too, though. I think
Yeah.
they'll let us go up to 30 feet, and that's probably a good.
That should, yeah.
Good point.
I think it was something that you had that showed a picture of a truck on one of these. And it looked pretty, you know.
Yeah, one of the 3D things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top left corner.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
front east view.
Yeah. It was a truck.
Yeah, right up here.
Right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Yep.
okay, yeah.
That's it,
Yeah.
hiding that truck behind, that's the intent.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I guess you'll get your wish here in a minute.
Okay, yes, sir. We hope.
Yeah, that's a great addition to the town.
I
Cause
think,
we don't, cause my husband goes to Hollywood.
yeah.
If he have to go to a quick hire for a
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
instead of driving to Walmart.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or Home Depot, so that would be a great addition to the town.
Great.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So here you go, a motion to approve.
All right.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Let's see, Ms. Barron,
Aye.
and Mr. Grant,
Aye.
and Mr. Muckafoos.
Aye.
All right, passes.
Great,
Thank y'all,
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Just tell my wife hi when y'all see her, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, thanks. All right.
No
Any
other-
public comments? Yeah. Commissioner
Sure.
comments?
None for me, and I motion to adjourn.
There you go.
We have a motion, second.
I've been first and you've been second all night long, so
Second, great meeting.
Okay.
thank you for coming, sir. It's
All
always
right.
good to see folks come in.
Come to one where I'm happy to see